Wow, wow, this is a very exciting time. 各位觀眾大家好。今晚我哋邀請到一位好特別嘅嘉賓翻嚟我哋嘅頻道啦，同我哋傾偈啦。都好久違冇見過呢一個咁特別嘅嘉賓啦。我哋要掌聲有請今晚好特別嘅 special guest Nuno Nina。Nuno, hello, welcome back. It's good to have you back with us.
Hello. Yeah, it's a pleasure for us to be here again. Amazing times.
So it's been a few years since you have been with us. So can I ask you what you have been up to and where have you been?
Yes. Oh, yeah, long time. Yes, this is true. Well, trying and create new things, and we spent 1 year in another project.
Yes.
Yeah, playing, with hydrogen water was amazing. A beautiful
Product, yeah.
Yeah, product, and yeah, it was amazing days. And we left this project January
this year, beginning of this year.
And well, to do nothing was, I think, not much with us. So we say, okay, let's create something completely new. In between, also, we work in the device to treat pain. Well, you know why? Because I had some not now, but
2 years ago, more
a problem with my shoulder, and
do you know frozen shoulder?
Yeah, for the first time I felt pain,
real pain,
real pain. So I take some medicines, chemicals, and say, oh my gosh, this is what the people when come to us talk about pain, and I say, okay, pain, yeah, pain, because the problem we cannot measure the pain. So for the science, the pain don't exist because cannot measure, but everybody feel the pain. So it's a paradox. So after that, I say, okay, let's create some device that can, treat very well the pain. It's something that we can share in the future. And another one some device, but one of them
clinical ones.
But one of them that we start to thought
about what could be next.
Yeah, something different, something that should be the first time that arrive on this planet. And yes, it's something that we want to share with you in the very soon.
Yeah, so basically after the academy, we still continue our clinical activity here in Lisbon, and yeah, we dedicated our time to this project involving hydrogen, more specifically hydrogen water, and these clinical devices for pain, and more.
Yeah,
and now
it was amazing times because we had time to update. There are now a lot of new technologies, like everybody talk about AI, and it was amazing to learn to be or to went on deep to understand how neuronal process works, so that you can apply and you can use it in our innovations in our device. Was amazing. We create XI.
Yeah, because basically things changed so much in the last 20 years that where Nuno created other things, and now we have artificial intelligence, which is amazing, that we can use. And we were also learning how to use and how to take advantage on AI in this field. So basically Nuno's database in terms of clinical patients is huge, and he has everything like registered, and then Nuno was able to use that information in order to create something more specific or personalized.
Let's create like a layer over, and that's amazing because in the past we need, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 days, 1 week, to have some answers, and now it's like this. So it's good for us, it's good for everybody. That
it's amazing for a creator like Nuno. Everything is very fast.
yeah.
So
well, sorry.
No. It sounds like a very fruitful and very full
journey for the last couple of years. And you have a very interesting take on AI. And can you talk, because AI now is very prominent, and I feel that it is really affecting the development of the entire planet, how we work, how we live, and obviously it does have an impact on how you're creating as well. Would you like to shed a bit more light in terms of how artificial intelligence have helped you invent and create?
Yes, was learning process, not only for us but for our layer, for our
interface.
Our interface. So our interface, we training to understand more, from our patients or our clients, and one day you realize that you have a friend that understands you. And that's amazing. And,
because it's not only about the client data. Nuno has a lot of concepts and specific protocols that he applied that were not in AI. So first you need to train AI in order to be completely aligned with Nuno's concepts, and then you can have an answer, you understand? So basically, not first you have to do a lot of inputs into the system, and then you will get the answers. And that need was mainly because Nuno also, and probably many of you already tried some of his supplements, and to create new formulas, we decided to adapt instead of only drawing like a bunch of ingredients. We wanted more, so that's why we used AI in this process.
Yes, was if you understand well, you can do amazing things. I think it's the same in the internet. If you find good sites, good websites that have good information for you, that's amazing. But you need to understand, because what we felt was sometimes the answers don't match with the we realized that we need to training more. We need to train more until the day that the answers are the same that me or Rita can give.
Yeah, imagine that you talk with AI and the answer is exactly the way that you think, based on your principles, your theories, your concepts. So it was amazing.
Yeah, it was hours and hours and hours, and it was like a game. We felt like kids playing a game. Now that's that. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
And we are very happy with the outcome.
The results, yes. Yeah. I can tell you that, for instance, we compare some other results because now we are working with it's not it's not official, but we are working in the cancer investigation and so on, and some reports we have more accuracy than the official report. So after 2-3 days or 1 week, they arrived to the same conclusions that we have on the first conclusion. Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing. Yeah, it was because of that they invited us.
Well, it is definitely amazing, but it sounds like to me artificial intelligence is assisting the process of data analysis, helping to improve creation processes. So I look forward to see, the AI platform that you have built. I know that, at some point you're going to share that with the world too, right?
Amazing name. I like it. Well, I'm suspicious.
It's Next AI.
Next AI.
I think even more than the process, I think that maybe one day Nuno can share, but what people will see is the result of the process in terms of practical things, because the result of all of these technology and process is a product, of course. Is tools. The outcome is a tool, or in this case, there are tools to improve wellness.
Well, coming back to Nuno's creations, because it sounds like you both have been very busy. And Nuno when did you start inventing? How many years ago did you start the inventing process of creating solutions?
Oh my gosh.
On this field or other fields?
Or another one.
or in this lifetime?
Because prior to this health and wellness field, Nuno was dedicated to communications.
Yeah, but I remember when I was a kid, something happens and I need a solution for that. So I start to create, like slippers with light, because my house, my grandparents' house is a huge house, and as a kid, of course,
very dark.
Yeah, it's like it's a palace, so it's like a castle, and you have a search inside the house. It's not a nice environment for a kid, and of course.
Nuno had to figure out the solution, so he could walk during the night and having light.
Yeah, so I created slippers with light, and things like that, a lot of things like that.
And it's very funny because on the other day we were talking about this. Nuno was telling me the story, and we talked with Nuno's sister that she was able to remember this.
Yeah.
So, but I think that your curiosity is since ever.
Yes.
And then based on your engineering and mathematics background, you dip into different fields, not only this one.
Yeah, and it was amazing because my born place, my grandfather, and I think it's the first time that I'm telling that on the public. He had the frequencies device to treat people, and I can share pictures because it's a very, very old device, that you charge with like this, and we are talking about in the 30s.
Yeah, in the 30s.
Yeah. In the 30s. So that's amazing. And my mom, I remember to tell me that it's so painful, It's a horrible treatment because, of course, now you can control better, the intensity, the frequencies, and so on. And I want to share. I have some pictures. So, and I have the device. I take the device with me. So I have a beautiful device. Is a kind of it's like TimeWaver. Amazing device. It's like this device that treats people with the frequencies and the electric current, but it's very, very, very old. I think it's the first one.
Probably one of the first ones. Yes.
Yeah, and I have the pictures. I have the device with me in my house, in my office, and
so I think if this way of living is something that
comes from the past.
Wow! So working with frequencies actually comes from your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's part of your heritage and your family legacy. Well, I think this is the first time that the world gets to know about this. It's even my first time to hear about this. So thank you for sharing that with us. Well, this is very special. So, but then what got you into wellness? Because, you were in communication, you were also inventing slippers with lights. You could have gone down into, creating like very fancy or special and different household goods. You were with slippers to begin with. What brought you into wellness in the end?
Well, it's a kind of mix, Let me tell you another story. The first time that I saw someone, take supplements and strange supplements was my grandfather, and it was amazing because 2 or 3 days ago, my sister called me because my sister don't live here. I live in the old house, and we have a lot of things, from our family. And she called me and say, Nuno, I have a lot of books from our grandfather, and the books are like supplements, the new medicine, natural medicine, and so on and so on. Very old, very, very old. So that's amazing. Well, maybe this comes from, my blood or my mind, I don't know, but it's okay. And when I'm, focus more, my this kind of vision to find solutions for some problems, was my son Martin. Martin is amazing. He's an amazing kid. I love him. Of course, I love all my kids, but Martin was the kickoff of something, because was, cry all the time. He don't want to sleep, completely, the cycles around, inverse the cycles.
It was not easy to raise him.
Yeah, it's only
was a challenge.
Yeah, all the time he wants me, cannot spend time with other. Was oh my gosh,
a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. And
so Nuno decided to understand.
Yeah, so I tried to okay, let's put this guy on the rhythms. You need to sleep at night and need to wake up in the morning, and was my
starting point.
Yeah, to understand why, because and he had, when he was very, very young, a lot of, bowel problems, also to understand that. And yeah, it was a kickoff. So if I'm okay with that, I can share with this with other people. So the results was so amazing that I say, okay, let's share something with other ones.
Yes.
Yeah. We are talking about 34 years ago.
And he must be a very healthy adult today.
Yes.
Well, just now you mentioned cycles.
Yes.
And I remember the last time when you came to Hong Kong and when you had the presentation on the frequencies and the resilience of frequencies with us. You also mentioned about the cycles. And right now, in the world, and there's a lot of conversations about the rhythms, the natural rhythms. I think it's starting to get back into people's consciousness. Can you share a little bit with us why the cycles are important for us to maintain health, and balance?
Look, yeah, that's true. What you say, real. What is amazing is, Western science now are aware about that. So, the Nobel Prize, I don't know, 4 years ago of medicine was about, rhythms. That's amazing work that this, I don't know if it's a scientist or a physician, I'm not sure, but it was amazing, job that he did it. And for the first time, I think Western medicine, is talking and be aware about, what is the cycles, because the rhythms is really important. And what is amazing, is, Chinese medicine is the first layer of the Chinese medicine. So Chinese medicine grown up with the rhythms. So everything that you talk about Chinese medicine, you can find rhythms there. Okay, that's amazing. And maybe one day we have Western medicine with the same, in the same point of view or in the same angle, and we should be very, very important. And rhythms is really important. If you understand the rhythms, you can find rhythms in, in anything. Okay, you can find rhythms, on the sun, on the earth, on the moon, on, breathe. There are rhythms, and if you understand what is a rhythm, and more important than that is to be on rhythms, to be there, to flow the wave, because let me tell one thing. People think that life belongs to us. Life is human beings' property, whatever, and it's not. Okay, life is a property of the planet, because if I jump to the moon, I cannot live there, so I don't have life inside me. Is the planet that gives lives for me. And the way that the planet gives lives for us is with rhythms. Rhythms is the music of life. And if you understand that, you can have a beautiful melody. If not, you are, in the terrible, I don't say rock because I like rock, but I don't know, something music that you don't like it. It's not, even it's not music, it's a melody, it's a melody, it's noise. This is good. So it's a melody that don't match with you. And this is the first time, because if you can, even in the relationship, you need to find these rhythms, because sometimes you match very well with someone, and sometimes you need to understand it's time don't match, but it's not time to be far away from that. It's to be there, but in a different way. And this is what is amazing when you understand the rhythms and why the rhythms are so important. And this was something that me and Rita, 9 months ago, we start to let's create something new for the rhythms. Okay.
Really focused on on that?
Because it's so easy, you know. You can understand the relationship, you can understand your job, you know. Why you don't like to be on your, you know, office on the Wednesday? You can understand that because it's part of the rhythm. You can understand with the, you know, with the adrenals about that. You can understand in the Chinese medicine with the water or with the hood. I can explain that. You can find this. Oh my gosh, I'm not against the flow. I'm on the flow, but I understand, you know. And this is a huge difference to see the life, you know. And yeah, it was this, and why I love it, you know, the rhythms. And I say, okay, let's do something very special for the rhythms. And this is something that we like to share with you.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely resonate a lot with rhythms because in Asia, and particularly Japan, where I get to visit a lot, the 4 seasons are very prominent and it's very visible. And people are really working with, you know, their food, their lifestyle. They have poems, they have artwork all around the seasons. But Nuno, just now when you talked about the seasons, you spoke about like the planets. So we are living on Earth, and then there's the moon, and then there's also the sun. So can you speak just a little bit more about how the planets are affecting the cycles? Because we know there are 4 seasons, and in Chinese medicine, obviously we work with the 4 seasons a lot, and they break it down into 24 sections. But the planetary cycles or the rhythms is something that has not been widely discussed. Can you shed a bit more light?
Yes, that's true. You know, gravity is very important. I have a new concept of gravity because gravity, the concept that you have about gravity, cannot explain a lot of things.
Newton.
A lot.
It's way more than that.
Yeah, it's more. So, okay, if we look to the gravity in this way, you can explain this, and this. And with this new vision of gravity, you can understand what you say to me now. I can understand why, because the sun is there, or the earth is here, or the moon is there. And what is the gravity that affect me to be like me, okay? And this is amazing. And of course, you know, we are here because the sun is there. We are here because the moon is there. And more important is not something like you can say, oh, I'm here because the sun is there. No, it's more deep than this. It's more deep, you know, the link, the informational field, you know, the forces that play with you and the sun are so, you know, so special. You can imagine that, for instance, your blood flow with the energy of the sun. And it's very easy to explain that, to show you, to show everybody. And what is more amazing is the Chinese discovered this 5,000 years ago. And maybe meridians are not what the people think, are more than this. And this is something that I like, because you have, you know, yeah, you have, and you can say like, you know, in the metaphoric, you know, way that you have the sun on the blood, or you have the sun on your meridians. But it's more deep than this, because you have there, not in the way that you can think, because we have a vision about the sun, classic vision, of course, sun is there, far away from here. Okay, we can feel, you know, the temperature of the sun, but nothing more. No, you feel more. And you have this inside you, you know? And maybe I can shock now the people, but meridians, you don't have only meridians inside you. You have meridians that link the planet to the sun. You have meridians that link the planet to the atmosphere, you know? And I can show the meridians because everybody saw that, but maybe don't realize that are the meridians, okay? Sorry?
With that, I really believe you. You know, there is a lot of ancient people, they can feel the weather. They can feel the rain coming, you know, not by smelling or, you know, sometimes by a hunch. And I've been reading this in a lot of ancient stories, and I couldn't figure out why, how people are so in touch with the planets that they feel different weathers, you know, or danger actually coming. But now when you say that our meridians might actually be connected to the sun or the weather or the atmosphere, that actually makes sense. So we are more of a planetary being than we know of. Is that what you are sharing?
Yeah. more than this, but yes.
Oh, wow, even more.
Even more.
Wow. So right now, how we are approaching health and well-being might still be very limited to what we know. So without discovering or diving into the solar cycles or the moon cycles or even our planet, we won't be able to come into realization of really how to balance or even thrive in terms of our health and well-being.
Mm-hmm. Look, that's, I like the logic way to think. Although I don't like it, Even when I was in university, I don't like it because I need to follow, edge, So I can't jump to the other side. So I cannot do questions that don't make part of the system. And usually the people say, "Oh, you are stupid." I'm not stupid. I want to understand. I cannot understand. I cannot, finish my puzzle if I don't understand, And the way that you can think and can do another jump, can do another step in the way that you think is to understand the other one. If you don't understand, you can jump, of course, but you don't have the base to understand the future or the new knowledge. And one thing that so I like, common sense. I like it. It's the way that I can live and survive. You and everybody is not with is not with a huge and physique and scientific way of thinking that you can go to the supermarket to pay, go, things like that. But let me tell one thing: if you look, and you need, sometimes to clean your mind about the science, about what you learned in the past. And if you start to look, for instance, I love the lungs, I love the kidneys. Why? Because they are different. Different in what way? Because they are paired, Why we have pair? Why is so important, the pair? And you look to Chinese medicine, the way that like Chinese medicine looks at the lungs and looks at the kidneys are as well different. Maybe a lot of people that work with Chinese medicine, and we have clinics about that, didn't think about that. Because are two gates, very important gates. The lungs tell you to wake up, and the kidneys tell you to sleep. Why? Because are two. And this is amazing. And okay, let's now go to Western science or Western medicine. They say the same in different ways, okay? But the problem is they are so focused in the system that cannot, how can I say, translate, yes, this in the sense, in common sense, so that you can understand and tell you things, that don't make any sense for you and for the doctors. they don't understand as well. So when you start to look this and, join small piece and you say, oh, okay, so usually I
cough.
Usually I cough on 5 in the morning. Yeah, everybody, if you have a kid, you can see all the problems with the cough is in the morning, 5 in the morning, okay? Why? Because the sun told to the lungs through the meridian to wake up. And this is amazing. And when when you start, to join all these small pieces, something happens in your mind, okay? You are not alone here, okay? You are real part of all these movements, all of these forces, and you need to think in the global way, not only by you, okay? And that's amazing. And after that, it's so easy, to recover bodies, to recover, because you understand what happens, not in, technical language, because I hate technical language, Sometimes I use it only to tell that my simple language, my common language are the same, okay? The difference is you understand. The other one you don't understand. And the other one is like, camouflage. It seems very, very precise, very, very technical, very, very complex, but it's not. If the people cannot explain in a very simple way, it's because don't understand.
So it sounds like you're going to make health and well-being very, very simple for us. Just now you mentioned it is very important for you to join up, the little pieces, because you're coming back to Hong Kong within a very short period of time. Can I, on behalf of the audience, get a sneak peek of what tiny pieces you'll be joining for us at the upcoming presence?
Well, first one is, to share, because I it's very important for me to learn with the people. Okay, I have my ideas, and when I spread my my ideas, I can see if it makes sense or not. I can see if I'm in the right way, to touch the goals, to find results, and this is really important. I learn a lot with the people when we are talking and so on, and it's really important because it's a completely new of Chinese medicine. And what I can say we have results. Okay, and this is something that I like to share. Another thing is Rita.
Yeah, but before that, Nuno is going to dive into these concepts of gravity. He's going to show how the secrets of Chinese medicine. How can we apply this to our daily rhythms, our natural rhythms, and to learn from the ancient knowledge, and how to bring these into our daily lives in order to benefit from that. So.
And why the Chinese have this knowledge?
Yes. So I think
why they have.
It's very interesting.
Not the Indian guys, not the Mayans, Incas, the other one. Why is Chinese guys that have that?
And it's not only knowledge, it's how can you bring this into our daily life and benefit from that. So I think it's very, very interesting. It's not only the concept, it's how can we use this. And of course, the new tool that was developed based on all of this knowledge, the natural rhythms, how can we bring this into our daily lives? How can we optimize our wellness with something unique that doesn't exist at all, that you cannot compare with anything that is on the market.
That's amazing. You know why? Because we shared, we have the device with us, and sometimes we show the device to other ones and say, what is this? No, what is this? We explain, and the people don't understand. And after that, we
try again because we have to make it as simple as possible.
And after that, the people say, I don't understand, because it's so new, the concept, that for me, for Rita, that we are sharing a lot of time to do this is so how can I say, so
it's something that we are completely used to. It's
so makes sense for us. We can't now. Rita have my problem because Rita cannot explain because it's so natural for her to the way that work, the results and so on, that now Rita, I think Rita now can realize what was my past. Sometimes I can't explain because it's so logical for me. It's the same to explain someone, breathe. All the way that you breathe. Okay, let me try to training you to breathe. Let me teach you to breathe. It's do like this. No, it's art, and I think it's the same now at this moment.
But we will try our best, and I think that people will understand in the end. And also we will show the result of the application of artificial intelligence that we did, and the outcome, the results. And I think it will be amazing.
Yeah,
very, very interesting.
So we look forward to have you back. So it's going to be within a week time. It's going to be in Hong Kong presenting. Our team had the fortune of having a sneak peek into a whole new presentation. So whoever is joining, you can look forward to a very in-depth dive into what Nuno just spoke about gravity, about the cycles. But Nuno, one last question. I think this is a question for not just for what you're about to present, but for people just in general. So do you believe that, mastering health can be something so easy? Because illness right now, diseases are so prominent in the world. Everybody, is having this and that in their everyday life. And for some people, it has become a real struggle that they almost lost hope, because right now with the modern methods, there might not be, solutions. So do you really feel that there is a way for us as a humanity as a whole to find health again?
Yes, definitely. Do you know why? Because what is a disease? Is when you cross your limits. If you know your limits and you be aware that don't cross these limits, you don't have any problem. So the first step is to know you. After that, you can reinforce your limits. Okay, you can extend a little bit your limits, like a buffer, like a safe situations. And this, our device can help you in this point. But first one, it's very, very important that the people knows about themselves. This is really important, okay? You know your limits. You know that if I have a divorce, I need to understand my limits. Until when I need, or I can be alone. And after this point, I need supplements, I need medicine, or I need a physician, or I need someone to help me. Because when you cross these and you are not support with anything, it will be a disaster. We call disease, And if you know your limits very, very well, until when you can walk alone, okay? And after you cross this barrier, this edge, this limit, start the problems. And sometimes the problem is you can look back, you can come back, because you don't have support to come back. You don't know the road to back. So if you know the limits, you never cross that. Because when you cross the limits, the other side is so different. The way that you live, the way that you can understand that everything is panic. Everything is very different from the way that you solve the problems. You are in the place that you don't understand, and at the same time the place don't understand you. Okay, so you are out completely, and and the problems. So if you don't cross this limit, you're okay.
Yeah. So that's what we have to figure out and learn from you. So we look forward to have Nuno with us. So thank you for Nuno and Rita's presence today. And we look forward to have your team with us very soon in Hong Kong. Stephen?
Nuno 11月1號會再翻到嚟香港啦，繼上次6月1號。早上嘅場次咧就全額已滿，所以而家咧我哋就特別加開咗呢個11月1號星期六下晝嘅場次，就係3點到5點半鐘。登記咧可以去翻我哋New Earth Group 嘅網站，New Earth Hub 嘅網站啦，咁大家會見到詳細嘅資料噶啦。期待11月1號喺現場見大家。拜拜。
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you. See you in a
Thank
week. Bye bye.
Bye.